you want a Darkseer here?
My problem
Also,
is the 2/5s.
I'm pretty sure
for
the
RNG.
coconut, it did in the past. It could have been changed, but I'm pretty sure
Hit
coconut used to
zombies.
bounce to zombies, yeah. And they would just get stunned for a second.
I think that like Maledict and Death Ward, Undyne's not healing that generally is all.
I have not been impressed by Witch Doctor recently, though.
No.
So.
Yeah.
And I really think that this Witch Doctor is kind of a desperation bid for the lanes. The lanes are becoming more and more the focus.
Gonna talk about this as being one of the tomb/egg killers that was out of the meta. But
I mean, it looks like a great Ursa game. Ursa's not. Well, I guess Shadow Demon's okay against Ursa because you can perma dispel basically his overcharge Ursa
he eats
enrages.
Witch Doctor though.
Overpower.
Yes,
Like,
Witch Doctor doesn't feel good.
Certainly eats Centaur. And I don't know though. You as Stampede comes online, sure, Witch Doctor's not the best, but you've got Purge. You got tools to deal with her. You got tools to kite her.
So what?
What, Kyle? What?
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
What, Kyle?
I did a really
Kyle,
juvenile thing. I pretended to fall asleep while Nahaz was talking.
Oh.
And I made myself laugh because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
That's what happened.
I was focusing on
You
the
made me
draft,
laugh,
not
alright.
you.
You made
So
me
I didn't
laugh.
see.
Okay.
Leshrac.
Okay.
The only French hero in Dota.
He's gonna other than Pengler. Is he French?
Le Shrug.
You already made this joke.
Oh.
I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure, right?
You
Yeah.
forgot.
And I also
It's
was
been
like
long nights.
confused.
Yeah, you didn't like it
We're
last
getting
time either.
banned.
Yeah.
I love the pick. Medusa.
Try me a third
We're
time
gonna
in like
get to
game
see
4 or
more than
something.
3 games?
This is a hard
Yes,
counter
yes.
to Witch Doctor in the sense that like
Yep.
you don't care about Maledict. You don't care about the ultimate if you just have yours running.
Tickle.
Crushes Centaur and the Mystic Snake with the talent. Like in theory, Lesh is good against Dusa, but then you're at
But
half
then
mana,
you're out of mana.
Also,
and then
yeah.
you get snaked again and you're done.
they picked Lesh with no flex, right? They already
good
had
point.
2
Yeah,
supports.
It's a really good point.
They picked it. It has to be one
Has
or
to be
2.
mid. Well, that's
They
true, yes.
they can run it safe lane if they feel like they have another answer up their sleeve.
What
to
about Shadow Demon?
Wait,
mid?
is this a brood
SD
game?
mid?
Is
Oh,
this,
could this
is
be-
Safe
yes.
Lane Lush? Is
Yeah,
this a
you
brood game?
definitely.
Actually, they want to pull it out at least once, right? That's like
you need no. They're gonna ban it. They're 100% gonna ban it.
yeah.
You think CDC ban it?
I think
CDC
CDC
ban
are gonna
brood
ban
here.
it.
Okay.
If
okay.
they've done their research, this is a Setsu.
This
He's
gotta
a
be a
brood
brood
player.
game. If-
This is a insane brood game.
Yeah.
You definitely ban.
Can I also just say that this is old newbie back when they still had KP and whatnot. They used to run this Ursa Naga strat where like they would have the Naga as being the late game carry, and then the Ursa having the Roshan potential, being able to secure an early Aegis and just be able to fight. The Ursa was as good as like 2 heroes in the early game, and then that made all the room for that late game hero.
Oh, yeah.
They
I
didn't ban it.
I think this is a similar thing. They can even get the Aegis for the Dusa if they really want to. Like, there's going to be early Aegises this game.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, and they
Tide,
take away their Tide.
Tide deals with it, but
I still think if you're RNG,
Setsu.
it's
Show
one of
it to me,
Setsu's
buddy.
best heroes.
I
And
mean, I get. Do they just ask Tide to lane against it though?
Yeah.
you'd have
yeah,
to
you
ban it.
do.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
okay, but the thing is, brood, like kind of out farms you is the
Yeah.
thing, and you can take towers easily. And CDC, like they don't have anything that hunts or kills brood. That's the problem.
Yep.
And
This is a very, very static. I mean, Ursa really good at jumping on people, but he doesn't want to chase. He just wants to jump on
Yeah.
you and smack you.
you'd have the brood could go his typical like Midas diffusal BKB butterfly build,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, like, how do you actually kill him? As
RNG
CDC?
aren't
Kinda
crazy
think
enough to
it's the same.
sniper, are they?
That's a great pick. It's
Let's just put the Lesh safe lane and then
It's-
they sniper.
it just makes me. I'm concerned their damage output would be low. That's all.
I
Sniper
feel
would
like
need to get really far
snipers-
ahead.
Slark.
Okay, that's
All right. Diffusal against Medusa, kite potential. Ursa has. I actually leaned against an Ursa against Slark recently, and I leaned against Bleak, and I killed him a couple times, which I was surprised about. So I feel like Ursa's got to be favored there in a
for
pretty
sure.
big way,
But
right?
in
Oh,
the
yeah.
game,
Oh, yeah.
Slark has excellent matchups. Like
Yeah.
I'm concerned because I feel like CDC is like playing too fast nowadays. But the thing is, if Slark has time, like you eat Medusa, you eat Tide. There's no disables that aren't pactable. So a well played Slark, especially with a
It's a
disrupt
low
behind
lockdown
him.
game for sure.
It is. Tide and
held back.
Medusa feed you Essence
Got
Shift
you.
stacks, but Ursa can still kill you.
Yes.
But
But
if it weren't for the Witch Doctor, everything
Yeah.
but the Witch Doctor,
What do you want this Witch Doctor to be?
anything else.
Yeah, Winter Wyvern would be Pretty sexy.
It would. Not as sexy as
Oh,
you.
Oh, baby.
All right, that was weird.
That was super weird.
Nobody
Oh,
clipped
baby.
that.
That's what I'm saying too. Oh, baby.
Save us.
Unfortunately, we can't go there just yet.
What are
But
the
where we
numbers?
can
Scoot
go-
out of the shot.
Give
Kyle.
us
All
them
right, all right,
numbers.
I know.
Give me
CDC
with some
more
numbers.
favored.
I gotta lean RNG, guys. Even the thing is, CDC's playing better, so I could see them just rolling this one again. Their lanes are better. They have a Dusa. But if the Slark has time, I do think that if you're gonna give a guy a shot to win the game, 22 pick, make him Monet.
Yeah.
Is his lane that good though? Like, is it really that stable a Slark game?
If he's against Tide, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if it's against Ursa, it could be bad.
yeah, I don't know that Slark's going to be free in lane, and that makes me really nervous. All right.
I do like it. I like RNG's draft more than the draft matchup that they had in the previous game, but I guess we'll have to see.
See
All
where
right,
the lanes
Kyle.
go.
Any final thoughts, big guy? As you're reading Twitch chat.
Kyle, you can stay if you really want to, honestly.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do
Just- why don't you
stats.
stay? Just hang out to It's the grand finals. Pull
Yeah,
out the
come
big
on.
guns.
I'm not supposed to. I was
Who's-
kicked off. They told me that there was only room for one massive ego on the couch at a time.
And it's Purge.
Luckily, well, it's pretty much you only have room for 8 years of education on the couch. Luckily, I have none, and because obviously Nahaz has.
Unfortunately,
How's it feel to be the only
took me
person without a
5 years to
bachelor's
finish my
degree?
PhD. Sorry, dude.
Kyle, are you embarrassed by your lack of bachelor degrees here?
Not really.
Why?
Yeah,
What'd
you don't
do?
have to be. You
Yeah,
really don't.
I feel like I was ahead of the game. Nowadays it's like common knowledge that
We're suckers.
College
What are we
kinda
doing with
scam.
our
I got to
degrees?
go to college and
How'd that
hang out in
work out?
dorms. Like there was a lot of good social experiences, but the education aspect, was
Oh,
fine.
I
But
I
not,
was
not
very
needed.
fortunate with
necessarily.
undergrad. I was very fortunate. It was
Was
the
this-
education was amazing and the social aspect was amazing. Duke was a great place.
Well, you went to a very good school.
Yeah, I
think there's a
probably
reason.
shouldn't have gotten in there. I'll be honest. But hey,
Damn, 2 Duke graduates in the Dota scene.
yeah, baby, Ben Merlini, woo! Shout out to him.
What a guy.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun to work with.
He's not dead, guys.
Well, okay, but he doesn't get a lands anymore.
You think he's not going to cast TI Grand Finals again?
Yeah, that's
Surprise,
right.
guys! He's
It's
back.
me.
Oh, by the way,
Merlini.
He's pulling back again.
all right. So, what do our lanes look like here? Because laning matchups are going to be a huge story in this game.
They're trying to bop the Slark. I think the Slark is the only hero that they're afraid of this game, so they're just gonna make sure to run at him. We'll see. We might get some swaps. I think a lot of it depends on whether or not Lanham can. So they're going to try lane. Lanham's job is to try and break up the tri lane by being scary enough on the other lanes that they give it up. Actually,
With Cask.
they're already leaving.
And you're putting your veteran impact 4 position player on a witch doctor.
He does 60 base damage, though.
Can be a scary roaming hero,
which is
but-
kind of insane, actually.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
don't.
Lanham.
I am not,
Deny every creep here. Okay, missed this.
I am not afraid of this hero roaming nearly as much
Right.
anymore since Maladin got nerfed.
But Maladin got buffed again.
All right, fair enough.
It's only a 30-second cooldown.
All right.
But they're actually laning this. They're not cutting creep waves, surprisingly. Oh, maybe they will now, though, because that was just the first wave.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will.
They do maybe have some kill potential down here, so if they get stacks, sometimes already up to 5.
Oh, he burned Retaliate already.
Did he?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
wants the last hits, I guess, for the first wave. Also, because he's been getting decayed, so maybe he's worried about getting denied. He shouldn't against Ursa, though. Ursa doesn't have good base damage, but...
Slark needs magic sticks so bad against Titan lane.
They're giving him some free CS under tower here.
Yeah, is there any
Very nice.
any side pull action? Oh, got the range creep. He was a little bit late, but he still gets the range creep tonight. So now the lane's going to push back the other way. James Doto. Doing good. Mid lane. This mid lane's pretty boring, huh? Without any support rotations. Deuce to spam Snake. Lush going the lightning build. Doesn't
They should just
anticipate that he
trade
can.
farm.
he doesn't anticipate that he can take this tower anytime really, so may as well just get a few points in Lightning Storm. Maybe you get a kill with a Shadow Demon and Witch Doctor rotation. RNG, they have shown that they're pretty good at making these pincer rotations from 2 different lanes. Oh, battling, but 1, 2, 3, getting stacked up. Monet also pretty low. Chewed through a lot of regen. Do they actually? Oh yeah, they got a salve left. That's good.
All 3 lanes just sort of trading at this point.
Yeah.
They were very quick to back off the tri lane top, and so standard 2-1-2 both sides. Everybody's farming.
I guess a lot of it comes down to RNG. They seem to think that Slark is a good hero. They've picked it last here. It's if anything's going to win in this game, it has to be the Slark pick. So,
What about the Witch Doctor, guys? You never know.
Game-winning hero.
Yeah, I really want to be proven wrong. I just don't see Lanham having the kind of games that we've seen him have on an Earthshaker.
He's got a fat 0 denies, by the way.
So much for 60 base damage.
63 now. Watch out.
Ho ho.
Maybe
He's got 4 branches.
I'm ready for like Witch Doctor mid or something crazy. That's all
I
I
am
wanna see.
not ready for that at all.
Shadow Blade Rush. Just Dagon, something like that. What do you think, Kyle? Witch Doctor mid. You looking up Witch Doctor mid stats?
No, I was reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, you're ready for fatherhood, Kyle.
What? What does that have to do with
The dad humor is strong.
Oh, I get you now. Okay. That didn't make sense.
All right, lots of regen being ferried.
Yep.
Afu just grabbed more tangos and a salve. Laning stage. At least Centaur's getting the start that you want to see for a Centaur. He's getting good CS. Hopefully has a fairly timely Vanguard, at least for RNG's sake. I think they're going to need him to be able to make some space and also have a fairly well-timed Blink Dagger.
So I think it has to be RNG that's pretty happy with the way these lanes are going.
Undyne's dying.
Oh.
That
Yep.
wasn't a dad joke.
Yep, he's dead. That's first blood for Lanham. All right, 2 points up in the Maledict.
Witch Doctor! He cast,
He's doing it.
and then he maledicted, and then Centaur ran him down, got the
Stomp.
long-range stomp. It was good.
Retaliate. Yeah, nice stuff.
Exactly. And then Undyne was like, oh, shit.
I'm dead.
I'm not going to do anything now. Okay.
Okay, well, they kill him right before the bounty runes spawn, so he's back with full HP and delivering some items.
Ooh, and the boots on Witch Doctor is actually going to make a big difference, because
Oh, yeah.
more right-clicks now with every maledict.
All right, nice.
So when do you guys think is go time here? When do you think the first big round of objective conflicts are going to be?
Right
Do
now.
you find the bounty runes right here?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Casca's actually amazing for this. Unless you're scared.
Yeah.
Cowards.
just a 1-for-1 there. 2 for 2. Across the map.
1-for-1 times 2.
Yeah.
Oh, what a stomp. Gets the Centaur and slaps the... Oh, Ursa might be in trouble here.
Yep.
Does give him the maledict.
Since he's
The
rough.
heal
That's
hard
all right.
counter.
It's tomb down. Nice bit of gold.
Body blocks. Stomp. It's damage, but... And take a couple of tower shots.
Does he pick
He
up?
does.
He doesn't pick it up while they're
No,
active,
no.
it looks like.
No.
Damn. Poor guy. He got like plus 17 damage from using his 3 stacks.
Oh, Setsu. All right. They gave him a sentry. He's 1 step ahead of James here. So he will be able to deward that pretty easily.
I feel like I get my mid wards dewarded constantly when I play pubs. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah. It's really tough. 1, 2, 3. All right. Trying to juke around a little bit with this Calling Blade. He's actually going to be okay.
Not bad.
I just feel like there aren't that many like optimal spots for him.
It's so much nicer to ferry the ward and the sentry to the mid and then have them do it.
Yes.
But only if they're not dumb and just plant it in full vision of the enemy team. They're like,
I've had that happen.
your mid is, they've got a fairy fire that they really, really, really need back in their inventory. Yep. Setsu's top now, looking towards James. Which kill are they actually
doesn't have
going
his
for
ulti,
here?
though.
Gets lifted back.
Okay.
All right, nice stun. Get that kill.
It's been a while since I saw Lesh not get his ulti at 6. but
That's true, yeah.
still worked. 3 points lightning, 3 points splitter. They're both really
Yeah.
good skills. But
Used to never get it. At
It's
6.
because he's trying to dodge the snake spam. You can't play up in the creep wave or the face of Medusa. You just get mysticked.
Oh.
That's true.
Okay.
That's a good point. Oh, stomp on the Ursa, but Tombstone gets dropped, and CDC actually going to look for the turnaround here. But can they actually get any damage? 2-man decay. That's about it. I do feel like this Undying has been less oppressive than some
much
of the
less.
other CDEC games we've seen. And it is a hero that can fall off quite a bit towards the mid game. He is effectively playing the 5 in this game. Of course, the James Rubik's going to be soaking up a little bit more farm, but when we've been talking about having these premium position 5 heroes, and it feels like the Undying is probably not that in this game.
Yep. And RNG do have 3 ranged heroes plus the very mobile Slark, Stampede, and the Centaur to deal with the Tombstone. They're going to be able to have a shot at killing it in fights.
Monet's going fast Midas. Does grab the phase boots this game.
Yeah, he's also got 3 points in Essence Shift,
Oh yeah, interesting.
which is kind of weird. But I guess it's one way to get better lane control against the Tide. Just steal a couple stacks, and then when you come up and fight him again, you're much closer to just getting the kill.
Wow.
He's got ulti now too, so it's actually very good.
Yeah, he's just against so many beefy heroes on the other side. He wants to be able to build those stacks up for damage.
But it does slow down your acceleration right now is the thing by not having dark
not
back
having
levels.
dark back, right.
Yeah.
Yes, bouncing back and forth.
Wow, so
Ursa
dead.
completely locked down next to 1 creep.
That was crazy.
He's dead. And now Setsu rotating in. It's only 1 point in the Diabolic Edict, but I don't know if CDEC can really spare anybody else to come and deal with this. Maybe the Rubik can TP down, but might just be a dead tower.
So Witch Doctor Centaur thing is actually
Alright.
pretty legit.
All right, Rubik's TPing in. James with the
Wow,
Fade Ball, but
James.
Setsu actually, it doesn't bounce. They're going to glyph their wave as well. James, they've popped the Stampede. Now they see the Undying further in the trees. Another TP coming in from the Ursa, but
Is this Save a Friend syndrome?
are they all just going to die
What are
here?
you doing?
They
Oh,
really,
it's
really
Ursa
want to
too.
hold this Tier 1 tower. Okay.
Wow.
Not a lot of mana left. They do lose a lot of health on the mid Tier 1 to the Medusa in the meantime, while Setsu's been away. So the deuce is looking good.
Sure, Afu TP'd to the mid lane to soak some experience on his support. That may have been what gave CDC the confidence, knowing that only 3 heroes would be there. But still, they've been very, very good throughout these qualifiers. When they commit pretty hard. It's pretty unusual to see them stagger TPs like that.
Yeah, this is a much less confident laning stage than we've seen from CDC. And I wonder what they're going to look like with not this crazy hot start. They're actually down by 3K so far.
Yeah. 3K at 9, that's substantial.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. Net worth across the board is top 3 RNG.
Witch Doctor just got her ulti, or his ulti,
Boy.
right before 10-minute mark.
Are you one of those people that just calls every support hero Chi?
No.
Okay.
But I usually refer as the hero's gender, not the player's gender.
Okay.
Just accident, just because I look at it and I'm
Every
like, it's a
support
girl. You
player
know?
she.
Yeah.
No.
No. Every single. Some
He
people.
asked if I had
There
to.
are some weird people that every support hero
Yeah.
they call she.
What, like a car or a boat? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of thing. That I see
Oh,
what you mean.
Ursa. All right, enrage. TP out.
He almost died.
Ooh.
Pop your stick. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care if you're in the fountain.
Yeah.
Pop your stick.
He wanted to save it.
Well-
Tetsu still wants this tower really badly. They are going to get it now. You don't always see the... I don't even know if you always see the mid lane rotate for this tower when you've got a Centaur in the lane anyway, but RNG 100% just want to secure it, start cutting down the map control. If they can take the mid tier 1, that would be great.
Yeah.
But until that time, XM has a lot of space to just farm around. This game, he goes for the power treads. We've been talking about it. The phase boots just seem much less appealing these days.
Is Tide dying somewhere? The heck? He took so much damage.
No, he's okay. He's TPing to the shrine. Shrine's up right on top of this ward. They, again, are unwilling to give away these fast free towers, but RNG seeing it,
Yeah, they should know they have vision there now.
yeah, they taunt away into the sunset.
Monet trading hits with the Ursa here because he knows that even if he does lose a lot of health, he can just pop into the trees, get healed back up, and now Eve is just forced to leave his lane. As soon as he comes right back in.
Stampede pop. They see an opportunity onto XM. They've already got this Yules up on the Leshrac. He's nice and farmed, and XM's only got 1 point in the mana shield. He does
good
pop the
one.
stick, gets the Stone Gaze out. That is going to catch onto the Witch Doctor. Ravaged now. Back the opposite way. James has actually stole the Pulse Nova. He gets a double kill. He's looking for a little bit more. Flyby's way too tanky for them to consider going on. But they get a 3-for-1 turnaround as they go for that Dusa. All right, that was a little bit wild from RNG.
Yeah, I was going to praise them, but then they all died. It looked,
It looked like Medusa was going to live there. I think she ran out of mana at the very end.
It was fine, but they knew that Tide was there. They knew that Tide had just TP'd bottom, and he had a Ravage that he was itching to use. So
she just took a buttload of damage, though. I mean, that was Leshrac and a Maledict and a Death Ward. Everything thrown on Medusa, so getting her ulti off definitely helped, but good cleanup by the Tide. And Rubik James got 2 of those kills as well.
Yeah. So it's just an okay Rubik game, though. I don't actually think it's that phenomenal. Witch Doctor can always toggle Voodoo later to just give you that. Shadow Demon's got low cooldown, 1-point Shadow Poison that he's going to be spamming.
Split Earth would be good.
Yeah, Split Earth and Centaur Hoof Stomp are both pretty good. Slark spells are all garbage. You don't want any of them.
Surely Witch Doctor ones are pretty solid, though.
But you can't
like
get
the
them.
Other ones.
You can't get them, though, because a good Witch Doctor player is always just going to toggle Voodoo against you once he picks up a point.
Yeah, I've actually seen Rubik's get Death Ward in professional games.
Shouldn't happen.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, it really should not happen, but sometimes you're just too busy. You click off your hero to micro the ward,
Right.
and
right.
then it
And you forget
and then you hear the bwah, and you're like, oh no, team, I gave him Death Ward.
And then he has Ags before you, and then it's like, oh shit, we just lost.
They're pressuring these ancients. They ward it, and now they're just hanging around in the area.
Yeah,
RNG.
very
This has to be a really careful move, though. You are playing right on top of an enemy shrine next to towers, but if they can just keep stealing this farm, it's going to slow down the Medusa even more. Yeah, Paralyzing Cask bouncing around. Actually going to catch the backlines as well. Stampede, they know that this Undying's dead. The Maledict's going to finish him off, and now RNG backing out, resetting. They immediately get the banish onto XM and kite away.
And they have Shadow Demon against Dusa. We've seen that in a couple of games now. Just so hard if you disrupt her. She does so much damage to her teammates.
Guys, we didn't even think about it, but the Maledict plus Soul Catcher. Hello?
That's true.
That's nuts.
That
as
is.
long as you time it right.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
They're going on Dusa here.
Yeah, all right. Does get the Stone Gaze off, but immediately gets Demonic Purge. Can they actually find anything? Flyby's being lifted in. He's pretty tanky. Setsu's waiting up on the high ground. The Ravage comes out. It does clip him. And now the Undying's also here. RNG way too deep. Why didn't Setsu just leave? He wanted to see if they could take that fight, and James gets yet another double kill.
He was just
for
barely
his
in
Rubik.
range of that Ravage, but they make him pay for it.
You should know better, though. There's no reason to get caught on the outer limits. You know about what the size is, so... As soon as Centaur was behind enemy lines, as soon as Slark ultied and used it to run away, the fight was over.
Well, and you also knew that Stampede was down. They had used it offensively. I think when they first were contesting those Medusa stacks, you have Stampede to disengage. And, fine, maybe Rubik lifts somebody and they get one kill, but...
Slark. All right. He does get the bounty, but he gets lifted back. 1, 2, 3, trying to stay on top of him with the phase boots, but just pounced down into the river. Are you guys at all worried that the Ursus had a really bad start and now he's kind of going for a catch-up Midas? Because this hero was, I thought, and I said during the draft, I was like, oh yeah, Ursus is going to just be king of the early game and make space for the Medusa. That has not happened even remotely.
No, and this is not a hero that flash farms at all.
Lots of room for Slark. When are you going to be going for the Diffusal build? This is kind of echoes of what we've seen Ana doing on this hero.
Just really feels like the Witch Doctor in some ways was... like the Ursa counter, kind of. It's what both Slark and Witch Doctor did at times. If they just do a ton of damage to Ursa, he has to leave the lane.
Oh. Afu getting caught. I think James is going to find the vision here. Yep. Through the trees. Get the lift back. Stampede gets popped.
Wow,
They're coming in
Stampede
as
for
well.
your
Witch
5.
Doctor. No, here comes
nice.
the turnaround. Death Ward catching both of them. Ursa's got the Enrage, but they've got Chain Stun and the Yule Scepter if needed. Eve, there's no way out of this for him. It was not a defensive Stampede in the slightest.
And in some ways, these early fights are bonkers good because teams are fighting all the time now in jungles like this. Cask is amazing in these circumstances.
James, gonna get Yulst. Setsu with the stun. Sets up the double. Tide TP straight into the stun. He's losing some life. Afu coming in. Throw out the disruption.
No more mana.
Flyby still wanting to fight. Landham's gonna come back in with another Maledict. Paralyzing Cask. XM losing pretty much everything. Is he dead to this Maledict? So this is
I think he's alive.
It's one more
That was pretty good damage, though. Wow, that was actually really close.
If he had
Oh,
Vessel
man.
instead of,
I mean,
Or if he takes another shot from the two
yeah,
illusions.
I mean, he's got Vessel completed. Vessel's on the courier.
it's a 4-1-4 Witch Doctor, guys. Like, he's actually...
This spell, Voodoo Restoration, sucks.
It
Yeah,
does.
That ability is, like, it's so bad.
But and it's not just a Witch Doctor, too. It's also a Witch Doctor that's facilitated by a Centaur, too. So when these fights do happen, it's actually really easy for him to run in and guarantee that he gets the cask off. Because that's kind of the issue with Witch Doctors sometimes, that you're either out of range or they go on you, or...
I really like this Vessel build, too.
What do you think the Vessel's great on? I guess there's, like, Undying
It's a
Heal,
lot of
but
damage
Yeah.
with Maledict.
That's a
as
good point,
well.
yeah.
It's you talk about it's just all of these damage mechanics that amplify each other.
Yeah.
With Soul Catcher, Maledict, Spirit Vessel, it's
He's just playing to, like, combo with Maledict. You look at the Aether Lens it's kind of nice on Witch Doctor.
I'll say it's very good.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It's actually really good.
Because, like, the Witch Doctor's problem is usually by the time you cask and then get in Maledict range, you do your combo, they're within range of stunning you back kind of a thing.
Right.
But if he's got Aether Lens, you can start launching these, like, paralyzing casks when they don't expect it, and then you're just affecting team fights a lot better. And you can cast your ulti from farther away, which means you're not going to get hit by Stone Gaze, for example, that kind of thing. I like it. Oh, and the other cool thing about Vessel against Deuce is her raw HP is actually really high usually, which means that the Spirit Vessel is going to do a higher percentage of damage continuously while it ticks.
Yeah,
Kinda
because
nice.
when she starts out the fight with Mana Shield, it keeps her current health
Right.
higher.
Yep.
CDC
Exactly.
running forward. What do they get? Did Steel Disruption. Tombstone on the high ground. Afu is just going to fall. They're going to let him go. RNG not really interested in taking this fight, but all the while, Setsu's been farming. We got the Slark farming. They're the top two on the net worth. And Slark, BKB queued up next. That's going to be his timing to fight.
I really loved what they did the fight before last on that Stampede. It's a little bit of a head game, using it to kind of save Afu, but then re-engaging off the back end. That's the kind of thing that potentially makes you hesitate
Just
as the game
tied.
goes on.
All right, Ravage gets popped.
Oh, I
but
don't know about that.
Is he actually going to survive? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
Yep. Not without Hood or anything. He would have had to TP or something. Yeah, if you Ravage TPs, that's really costly.
Yeah.
God.
Just
one-sided game.
bringing a stat real fast. Currently in the grand final, CDEC as the aggressive team. They get to play with more pace. They're actually undefeated. This game, very slow, and it does not look great for them.
Wow.
Wow.
Does not look great for them.
N equals
Beautiful
1.
stat.
Oh.
All right.
There's it. In trouble. Popsy in rage. Wants the Lush track, but
That was such a sick
disruption
disruption.
and the
That is
Yules just
amazing.
waste all of his time.
My God.
Afu is just sitting there waiting for it.
Shadow Demon. What a hero. He's great.
That's like our second song of the quals. I like this.
Bounty Rune soon looks like it's going to be a quad for RNG.
I don't know how you...
And night and day in these
It-
two games.
It just doesn't feel like there's any CDEC heroes that are going to be able to do anything. Ursa got shut down in the lane. Deuce is a do-nothing hero forever until she's just farming the whole time. The Undying also didn't win his lane. Rubik's... James is making some plays, but
Yeah.
total reversal on what we've seen from
It's such a big
CDEC.
problem with Duso, right? I say all the time that the first 12k gold or so on her is some of the least efficient core gold in the game. As you see Undying go down, not a big impact kill there, but you need a hero paired with her like an Ursa that is going to do much more with that early gold. And the fact that he is so far behind the enemy cores.
Oh, James disrupts himself.
All right.
Can he get a fake out going here? Steals the Pulse Nova, tries to turn around, do a little bit of damage before he dies. Lanham's got the cast bouncing around though.
Oh,
Bounce backs to Eve.
no.
And again,
Oh, that
follow-up
is
stun. Dominating for Lanham. Ursa, that was not a fight you wanted to be involved
when
in.
It rains.
Just everything looks so good about Witch Doctor this game, but I know that
Yeah.
like the last time he played, it was just awful. But Cask against Ursa, when he was limited creeps like that, it's like, how does he even fight? He just keeps getting stunned.
Well, I mean, how many times has Lanham done this in his career? He makes
Make
he
something
makes these
look good.
heroes look
Yeah.
really good. Oh,
Leshrac at max movement speed already. Running around 550.
The full greed build, the number one net worth build.
yeah.
Mana and move speed with the Kayayasha and the BOTs, but very much unpunished. It's really cool. He doesn't want to lane against the Medusa, so why not just go farm the rest of the map and get your net worth elsewhere?
And he's able to move around the map so efficiently, and it's not just he's not just farming; he's getting kills as he goes.
Well, CDEC, if you pick Dusa, you don't GG out before you've lost like at least 2 lanes of racks.
Yeah.
So this is going to continue for a little bit, but RNG at this point should just be able to control all the bounties.
Does either
build
team?
space.
Okay,
Oh,
a little
fly-
smoke movement here. Might get the Centaur out.
Stampede. Stampede's stolen.
Where's the lift?
They used
He
it
did.
to open.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Just lift back
That's
into Tombstone, but no more disables after that point.
Stampede bottom.
Oh, boy.
Medusa Icon on.
Yep. Doesn't have enough mana to TP. Slow down. Pounce. This is going to be stacks for Slark.
I was very confused. I was like, what? Oh, Stampede? Why? Then Dusa uses her ulti, already dead bottom, basically.
Well, it not only did it keep Flyby alive, but it also got to kill bottom. It's like the second double value Stampede that we've seen. Oh, jump in, stomp on the tide. They're going on the Centaur, and Rage has already been popped. Can they get the Centaur out of here? No. Okay, Flyby. That was maybe a little bit crazy.
I think that's a good decision by RNG to let that go.
Like, okay, our offlane is crazy, guys. Just let him do that.
And when once he catches air there on that stomp.
Slark did. Well, he stomped the
Slark-
tide, but like, what did it matter? It was,
And Slark has full BKB. He is incredibly strong.
I like that as the item, actually. I think that's kind of what a lot of Slarks have been missing with this like no Shadowblade build. Is that if you don't have Shadowblade, then all you have for invulnerability is basically your ultimate. And then from there, they're just like casting Dark Pact, but it doesn't matter. It's too much. But if he gets BKB now, he can actually delay his ulti usage by so
Yeah.
long. He has to worry about Ursa a little bit still, because Ursa obviously can kill him through BKB, but
that's like the only time he has to press the button.
And it just it lets you build the 10-second charge, especially. It lets you build up Essence Shift stacks early on in the fight,
Yeah.
and then use your ulti and be hitting during your ulti, doing so much damage.
he went the lifesteal talent too, which is a little interesting. But considering he's got Midas and a Wraith Band and Diffusal Blade, his attack speed is fine. I think it'll be okay, and it'll help him fight against Ursa especially. Like he's just gonna counter Dusa for a long time with the mana drain. So
Yeah. Dusa is not going to feel great in this game.
Yeah, and XM's going.
wow,
He's
yeah.
going Pike.
Yeah.
This item does not feel very nice to buy on Medusa.
In the circumstances, it's great though because you can use Force Staff to break Pounce. You can also push it against the Slark to do the same thing, but get you more distance. So it's a necessary item.
But again, it's just more gold that Medusa has to get to feel like a hero. It's really she's not going to feel like a hero in this game until she finishes Scotty.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like the Dusa has that that kind of Spectre factor here, where the Dusa can still win them the game?
Sure.
Yeah, Kyle.
Strongly disagree with Nahaz. I do believe that Slark is a hard counter to Dusa, especially with this much of a lead. You can remove both the Stone Gaze and all other stuns that his allies
lift.
provide.
Onto the Lesh. Can they burst him? Defensive disruption. He's got the BKB once he comes out. 1, 2, 3. Trying to hold on to the Ravage, but both BKBs get popped. They've already worked down James. XM finds himself in the middle of the fight. He's already used the Stone Gaze. And after the buyback from the Rubik, RNG are playing this super safe. They will just back themselves up, grab this bounty. Is anyone going to go for the bottom bounties? Afu still being slowed by the zombies. Put some damage onto the Ursa, and he will go down.
They got
Demonic
the
Purge stolen.
To discuss comeback mechanic, I think double Ravage is the key.
They blinked in
Ooh.
front of him. All right, he's still fine.
Yeah. Double Ravage kills everyone. If you can get to the
that's
third Roche timing, get lucky, I think that could be the turning point. If there were one for CDC. Right now, gotta say, I've checked the numbers. I've ran multiple
simulations?
millions of them,
Wow.
actually. And so far, RNG come out ahead in 96.3742% of those games.
Hey, bring up
Thanks,
that
Dr. Strange.
bring up that Dota Plus.
It's broken.
Oh, that's right.
But it might be right. Who knows?
See, I wanted to see if Dota Plus agreed with Kyle. Then they would both
Nope,
be wrong.
Force staff away. Well, the Ursa
Force.
gets the enrage off, but this is just a defensive enrage. Lift on the Centaur, but what
He'll
can they
take
really
through the
do?
Maledict, so it's not too bad. He's got BKB. He's like
James
considering going back
getting
in.
caught. Monet wants another permastack, and they are leaving him for dead.
The double edge. He showed him.
Yeah.
Well, RNG with a 15K net worth lead, heading towards 15K experience. So far, the story of this grand finals is one team taking a lead out of the laning stage and then not giving an inch. And it's cool to see XM in the previous game. He pops off. He does well in his lane.
Yeah.
Goes and wins all the other lanes. Setsu this game has a pretty good start in his mid lane. I would say it was relatively even. And then he just rotates everywhere, and he's the one to completely take over the game while the Slark farms.
Yeah, the key is his decision that he doesn't want to sit in lane and eat snakes. He's going to go do something better with his time. I still do think, again, with the double Ravage and Medusa, she's going to get Butterfly eventually. You know, I think that Medusa is going to do enough damage to threaten the rest of RNG. Slark will still be a problem.
It's going to take such a long time.
I know, but that's the thing. They need the game to go, 45, 50 minutes, and I just don't think RNG – they're going to have – I think CDEC needs at least 2 miracle holds.
Yeah. Well, Lanham's looking to shut them out of this game. He's already got the 120 GPM talent, and he's got a Ags queued up, so it is super realistic for him to finish this item this game.
I saw his cast come on that last fight. He was standing so far away. Just so simple for him to play at the back of the team fight, not give his streaks up, and just continue planting Maledict. It's an 18-second cooldown, so if he can cycle his spells like twice in one fight, his team fight participation is massive.
Great positioning from Afu as well. Break kind of 2 out of 3 smoke angles. They've got good vision. This ward would also potentially... This is an unusual one. Sometimes you see this spot. People have gotten used to that. Planted a little bit closer towards the base. Not as valuable. You don't get any vision on the high ground, but...
Yeah. It's more of like if you're controlling that area and preparing to roach, that ward is excellent. And is less likely to be dewarded, which is why I was there.
Oh.
We're trying to fight here. Monet's poking a bit. Queuing up his butterfly. Love the butterfly item on Slark.
Yeah, I think he was just seeing if they were up that high ground. Like I think he was checking what position CDEC were in.
Oh, that's true, because he's got unlimited night vision, basically 1800 night vision on Slark, so very, very safe for him to go spot it, especially with the BKB.
Oh, they get the disruption onto the Dusa, losing all that health. Now going to get stomped up. Back lines, they've caught out onto 1, 2, 3. Can he get into a good position for the Ravage? The Tombstone is down. Flyby wanting to continue going. Eve popping all of his cooldowns. They will bring down Flyby. But 1, 2, 3 now getting chased. Setsu with the BKBs inside of the base, and Eve is also dead. Buyback from the Tidehunter. Can they keep this Dusa alive? Monet not going to give him the chance. Does actually get caught by the Stone Gaze, but your Medusa's already dead with no buyback, and it's the Slark about to run rampant inside of the Radiant base. Triple kill for Lanham, in fact, as 1, 2, 3. He popped back into this game, but RNG are going to send him straight back to the fountain, and the GG is called 2 extremely one-sided games to start this series.
2 extremely lopsided drafts as well.
Yeah.
Feels like 2 games in a row. The last pick team wins. Very surprised that teams do not prioritize second pick. It just feels better nowadays.
Well, I think it feels better with the kind of opens that these 2 teams are using. They're doing a really good job of checking boxes early on in the draft. We've seen a fair number of drafts in these qualifiers already where even with 2 picks to go, you're just not going to find 2 heroes to check all those boxes. But, yeah, these 2 teams, I mean, there's a reason why they're both here in the grand final.
True. That's a good point.
It's been a great series so far. Both games definitely a little different, but the laning stage stuff does matter a lot. And cool to see Witch Doctor kind of find a place. He's always been good against really tanky heroes like Tidehunter, so it's not a huge surprise, but yeah, they just ran him down. Good game for Slark.
I wonder if Centaur is going to go up the list now for the rest of this best of 5.
I think the hero that has to go up the list is a Shadow Demon.
Shadow Demon's so good.
I don't know why this hero is not first phased more regularly than it is.
I mean, it has been a lot this
It's true. It's
series,
true.
I think.
It's getting there. To me, my complaint was just that we didn't see it so much. Like it was pretty popular in the other regions. It felt like it took China a second to catch on. They were there, and that sometimes happens. You have your little regional meta in these qualifiers, but yeah, Shadow Demon's awesome.
Lanham did number 2 most damage on his team, by the way. 17K
Seriously?
was Lesh number
Yeah.
1, 15.2
15.2K.
for
Oh
Lanham.
my god.
Next closest was the Centaur at 11K.
That's actually just
So yeah, he just kind of
ludicrous.
killed everybody.
Wow. What's his final KDA?
9, 1, and 11.
1 and 11 Witch Doctor. Game high kills.
Yeah.
Wow. Setsu is next to
owned.
6, 2, and 12. That, boy, I was not sure about that Witch Doctor pick, but it's Lanham. You can't really be surprised. Man,
Man.
Cool.
what a player.
So, I believe we got 2 donuts left. You guys want to go to a break and then fight about them off camera?
To the death.
Off camera.
Do I get a katana?
Wait, yeah, our couch versus you. You're giving them to us. Like, that's just how it is.
You guys already
Alright.
ate 1.5 each.
So what? I got an axe.
Do
He's
you?
got a sword.
Where is it?
And my bow.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, but you don't have the donuts.
Yeah, who's got the donuts, son?
Ooh.
All right, you know what? We're gonna have to take care of this in the
Where are you gonna
intermission.
get
Yeah.
Game 3.
Our best of 5 is now a best of 3.
Between CDEC and Royal Never Give Up. Don't go anywhere. 6 minutes. We'll be right back with you. We are the people. We're in space, and soon China qualifiers.
Kyle's
yeah.
throws. Lol.
See you in a bit. What did you say?